Hello, my name's Jason, and welcome back to I Have a Story. One of the things I want to do with this channel is to share my knowledge and things that I've learned, and I say and think a lot of things that I don't hear anybody else talk about. One of the things I'd like to talk about today is when my daughter was an infant, there was a warning that was issued, and specifically on baby cereals because high levels of arsenic in the cereal. Now, there's arsenic in a lot of foods, and there's a lot of toxics, heavy metals, all sorts of toxins in our food, and they want to put out that it's safe to eat this product because there's X amount in it and it does not exceed the safety levels. Okay, now what about the fact that when you combine this food that has arsenic in it and then at lunchtime have this food with arsenic in it and maybe something else with arsenic in it, accumulatively, what does all that equal out to be? You can't even keep up with everything that's in all the foods. Um, it's really I really I eat from the grocery store, but I try to eat healthy and I try to make proper decisions. And I'm not here to scare people. What I'm here to do is try to educate people to make proper decisions. And this is really affecting me right now, seeing the health and what is going on in my children's life and the care of their mother, and just the unhealthy diet and poor eating exercises that are taking place there. And so this really affects me because she knows this about me and she is the same way, but she doesn't care. She'll just do it to hurt me because who cares about the kids again? Um, so why don't we talk about that? I want to educate people that don't fear these things. Go out and whatever your mainstay diet is, the staple foods that you eat and what you bring home from the grocery store every day, do research on those products. Find out what chemicals and toxins are in those foods and make sure you're not taking too much of it, intaking too much of it throughout the majority of the food that you're eating. I especially say this about children because they're even more susceptible, and especially infants and the infant cereal. One easy way around all of it. I've seen all this crying over the past few years since COVID about baby food. What do? We don't have baby food. Well, do you have a blender? That's all baby food is. Go get fruits, vegetables, blend it. That is all baby food is. It really is that simple. But this again is part of why I'm looking around me, and I looked especially over the past 3-ish years and through COVID, how people panicked over simple things. The toilet paper crisis, you know what? I've got a rake. There's plenty of toilet paper in my backyard. I'm not worried about it. How many other countries out there look down upon us because we use toilet paper? I've worked with individuals that when they go into the bathroom, they take a bottle of water that has a hole punched in the top of it. Um, People really have gotten away from the basics, and in doing so, they have caused panic and fear in themselves and in society. So I'm here in part. I want to educate people and bring take that fear away and bring in knowledge that it only takes a few steps to ease fears. Um, where I live, there was a propane crisis a few years ago. We could not even get a full tank of propane filled. At maximum, all you could get was a half a tank. I was, I don't have to worry. I have the knowledge. I pay attention to the market. I see what's going on around me, and then I make proper decisions on how to make sure I don't have to worry about it and that my family will not struggle and suffer through crisis. I got on Facebook, went through some marketplace. Hey, there's a beautiful, really nice wood stove, all the ductwork piping, triple walled insulated pipe, the whole deal. $150. I've never installed it, never put it anywhere, but you know what? I have it and I don't have to worry. If there's a crisis, I can heat my home. I can cook my food on top of it. I specifically wanted one with a flat top to be able to cook. If the day ever arises, then I have what I need. Cost very little money, didn't take much. I don't have to worry about it no more. That's one more ease off my mind. People worry about food. Well, fill a box full of staple dry goods and don't worry about food anymore. You at least be able to, I mean, if we have to live the rest of our lives without food, we're not going to make it forever. So all you have to do is prepare for a little bit of time and hope things settle. I filled a couple totes of food, put them away. I don't have to worry about if there's a food crisis. Life is very simple, and we've made it so difficult. So when people are, especially with your kids, people are buying food at the store, and typically people buy the same things repeatedly. Do a little research and see what is actually in that food to make sure you're not overexerting levels that become unsafe, unhealthy. That's what I do. Um, it really is that simple. So that was part of my thought that I'd like to share today is, one, I don't believe any of this stuff should be in our food, period. It should not. It should not be in our bodies, period. Nobody should have any level of arsenic in their body, let alone having it put in their body daily and daily and daily and daily. And through how many other products are we consuming that's in that we don't even know about? That's why I want to share. I see it's a big problem with society. It causes illness, sickness, death. What's it all doing to our minds and our mentality and all the chemical makeup through our entire body? Nobody knows it. Nobody. That's part of why I came here to live a self sustainable life. I can raise my animals and my food. I know where my food comes from. I was married to a woman who is an amazing baker. I'll tell you what, that woman can bake amazing. She can make dishes that you wouldn't even know that there's not sugar in it, and it tastes so sweet and so good that you wouldn't need sugar anymore just by using fruit. Gotten way off the main course of basics in life, and I'm hoping to bring some people back to that. To where I was praying that I could bring my children back to simple, basic life, not glorifying food. Food is a substance that keeps us sustained. We've glorified it to the point where we have to be pleased by everything, including what goes in our mouth. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to work with what's coming out of our mouths for a lot of people, but it seems to be what's going in. So when you go to the store, look at the foods you're buying. Go home and do a little research. Find out, have there been problems with this food? What types of grains and chips have grain in it? How many chips have oatmeal made, oats in that product that were made in that same baby food that also have arsenic in it? Now we have so many diverse products, so much stuff is getting mixed together and put together because we have to have every flavor, color, everything under the sun because food has to even be glorified today. It really hurts because I know my kids are not eating healthy. I want them to be healthy. That's my job as a parent. That's my number one job. Make sure my kids are healthy, safe, and happy. So please, just don't fear things. Come in this feel good world where I hear something on the news, but I got to go fill my head with entertainment, and I don't want to have to stop and think and look and make actual sense out of where that leads down the road. What the actual accumulative effect of all this and that and all this put together is, because I'm going to go back and bury my head in entertainment again. I see an awful lot of that around me. Part of why it continues, and we still have a lot of these problems because people don't stand up and say, I don't need that. I'm going to quit buying it because that's not right. Instead, they think, I just want, I want, I want. Especially when it comes to food. Food is, again, it's a necessity, it's a sustainability. It's not have to be a glorified pleasure. So, what does all of that stuff that we're intaking, or you're intaking, or anybody's intaking, accumulatively produce? Well, what I see is it produces a lot of illness and sickness.